On this week's episode of Capital City Sports, men's soccer takes on Presbyterian and women's soccer takes on Auburn. This is Capital City Sports. Hello everyone and welcome into this week's episode of Capital City Sports. My name is Jeremy Urso. This past Tuesday, the men's soccer team took on Presbyterian College. We take it to Hayley, who has more information about this event.
This past Tuesday, the Carolina Gamecocks took on the Presbyterian Bluecoats at Stone Stadium. Going into the game, the Gamecocks had tied their last two home games. This was the Gamecocks' last home non-conference game, and a draw simply wouldn't suffice. Carolina comes out strong early in the game, outshooting PC in the first half 18-2, but couldn't find the back of the net. Presbyterian's player of the game was definitely the goalie Tanner Osborne with 6 fabulous saves. Presbyterian attempted to fire back but couldn't quite finish either of their 2 direct shots on goal. All hope seemed lost until Mohamedo Kaba connected with sophomore Ryan Arambula on a corner kick in the 21st minute, and then struck again with this nice header off a deflection by J.P. Rafferty in the 32nd minute. Mohamedo certainly shined as he scored on both of his attempts during the game. The Gamecocks kept pounding late into the first half with more than 2 attempts by the senior captain J.P. Rafferty. Things seemed to be winding down until this play where freshman Eli Dent from the top of the 18 scored his first goal off a deflection by the PC keeper Tanner Osborne. A very exciting moment for the Charleston native who had 2 shots on goal on Tuesday. Score at the half, Gamecocks 3, Presbyterian 0.
I was pleased with the first half. I thought we came out flying. I thought we created a lot of good opportunities. Our finishing maybe wasn't quite as sharp, but you know, if you're creating a lot of good opportunities, that's the major thing that you're looking at, so that was good.
Opportunities were plentiful in the second half, while senior Jason Chapman crosses a beautiful ball to Asa Chris but can't quite find the back of the net. Overall, the second half was a tough defensive game with less shots taken and no goals scored, giving the Gamecocks a shutout victory of 3-0.
I mean, I think, you know, we're playing a lot of young players, and so they've gained a lot of experience. They've played in some really tough places all over the country right now, so they're seasoned, even though they're young.
It's pretty great. It was just, you know, it's one of those goals that just kind of like, the ball came out just at the right time, and I was there in the right position, and I smacked it in and hoped that it went in, and it did, and it was just an unbelievable feeling just to put us at that 3-0 level, just to kind of cap the game for a little while, just to give us a breather, and to keep going forward too, scoring. So it was my first goal, and I told them, I was like, whatever happens, however it goes, then I'm just gonna go crazy, and they said it was like spot on. They thought it was hilarious. So.
They did what we worked on practice very well in the first half. Coach liked that because we were working on getting the ball wide and putting it in the box. We got our chances, but unfortunately they couldn't finish. We got faith in our offense. It's going to come sooner or later during the season, so right now they just got to keep working hard and keep their heads up.
Here with further analysis, I'm here with Jake Barber. Jake, where did you see Carolina's strengths in that first half?
Well, shots on goal for Carolina was a key part of the game. They put 18 shots on goal in the first half, putting 3 in the back of the net, and they also held Presbyterian to 2 shots on goal in the first half, so their defense was very strong.
Speaking of defense, how about that spectacle by Mohamedo Kaba? What do you have to say about him?
He is a big guy. Ryan Arambula on the corner kick twice, put the ball in the front of the net. The first goal, Kaba found the ball and put it in the back of the net. The second goal was off a deflection, but he also found the ball in front of the net, and he's just a big, strong force in front of the net. He's a big guy.
Absolutely. What do you have to say about Eli Dent, the freshman, showing up?
He was too excited to score that first goal. You can see it on his face. He told me that it was kind of a being in the right place in the right time kind of thing, and he found the ball and he just put it in the back of the net. Instinct, did the best he could.
Absolutely, that's what you look for in a soccer player, somebody that will finish the goal. His teammates certainly were excited for him, and we're excited for you too, Eli.
Hopefully Eli can keep scoring and adding to this offense for the Carolina Gamecocks.
Well, that's it for us. For Jake Barber, I'm Hayley, and this is Capital City Sports.
The South Carolina women's soccer team got the 2013 season off to a fast start, jumping out to a 7-0-1 record through non-conference play, with 6 of those wins coming in shutout fashion. Then came the SEC, specifically Georgia, whose 2 early goals were enough to give Carolina its first loss last week in Athens. Tonight the Gamecocks returned home to Stone Stadium to try to reestablish winning ways against the Auburn Tigers, who came in with a 4-4-1 record and little experience on the road. In fact, of Auburn's first 9 games, only 2 came away from their campus. Let's take a look at the highlight.
Early on, South Carolina getting a good look. This shot coming from the corner of the box, but Allison Wright comes out to make the save for Auburn. As we move on to the 7th minute, this time South Carolina converts. Danielle Lau taking the pass from Chelsea Drennan and drives it home. That's her 4th goal of the season, and it's 1-0 Gamecocks. Now, Auburn didn't have many chances in the first half, but when they did, they threatened. Thanks to the Gamecocks' defense, they couldn't convert. This shot coming from Kala Faulkner, and Sabrina D'Angelo there for the save. Then after this long pass goes up, Casey Ramsier wins the point and gets a good look, but take a look at the middle of your screen coming up as Andy Romness slides with a great block. What a play for the Gamecocks defense, and it's still 1-0 South Carolina at the half. The second half started the same way the first half ended. Auburn with the threat, but the Gamecocks defense holding. This is Casey Ramsier one more time, and look at the play by Sabrina D'Angelo diving to block and cover. And just as in the first half when South Carolina had the opportunities, they would make it happen. This is Andy Romness once again as she plays it in, deflected off of Danielle Lau, and Stevie Parker there to take it and find the corner, her 2nd goal of the year. And it's 2-0 South Carolina in the 67th minute. We move on to late in the game. This is the 88th minute, and Casey Ramsier finally found the net for Auburn. She heads it up and over Sabrina D'Angelo. That's her 5th goal of the season, assist from Samantha Solaro, and it's 2-1 Carolina, but that would be a little too late for Auburn. This last shot coming and taken by D'Angelo. That would be your final. South Carolina 2 and Auburn 1.
The 15th ranked Gamecocks, now 1-1 in the SEC and 6-0 at home this season, will return to the pitch this Sunday at 1 o'clock to host the Arkansas Razorbacks, a team Carolina has not lost to since 2006. Reporting from Stone Stadium, I'm Brett Williams, Capital City Sports.
Do you know what's coming up right around the corner? That's right, it's men's basketball season. We take it to Jake Ryan and Katie Davis to preview their upcoming season.
Practice has officially begun for the Carolina Gamecocks men's basketball team. Fans, players, and coaches hope for a better season this year than last year's 14-18 record. At the press conference on Tuesday, head coach Frank Martin, sophomore Michael Carrera, and senior Brenton Williams speak about the upcoming season, expectations, and new additions to the team.
Right now, the fans are awesome. They're great. We just need them, and I understand they've been through a lot here when it comes to men's basketball. We need them to be willing to trust and engage and support our guys, because I can tell you our guys are working their tails off. And I don't know when this corner's going to get turned, but when it gets turned, I want those fans that sweat and bled and cried with us on the way there. You know, I'll tell you what I see from the freshmen. I see a courage to make a play that you got to have to be good, and they all got that in them right now. They're willing to take a chance to go make a play. And, you can't make a play if you don't try to make it, and you got guys that are willing to try and do that. You know, he, as a head coach, he's won close to 400 games. You know, and that's powerful. When PC was the assistant at Georgia Tech with Coach Cremens, they had the freshman of the year 6 consecutive years in the ACC. That's unheard of. That's ridiculous. And that's the kind of recruiting that he's been exposed to for so long. Those are the kind of players that he recruits. He understands the world of recruiting like not a lot of people. Brent has to be who he is. You know, Brent doesn't have to rediscover a new personality. Brent has to be the best Brenton Williams that he can be. He's in better shape than anyone on our team. You know, Brent can play till the cows come home. He's gained 20 pounds, and yet he's faster, jumps higher, and can run for longer periods of time than he did a year ago.
That was one of my main goals in the offseason was to get stronger than I was last year and to get more faster than I was last year. And yeah, I do feel a little heavier, but it didn't slow me down. It didn't slow me down much.
It is a young team, you know, and I think we're doing pretty good. They working really hard, and we always want to win. That's all we want.
They adjusted pretty well, probably better than what we thought they would. They adjusted pretty fast as far as the workouts and the running, and they're still learning, and they'll get better as time goes along.
It was pretty hard last year. I couldn't move, basically, but I do whatever I can. I play for the university, and I play for Frank. They're always telling me to do, whatever I can do to get better. And I feel great right now. I'm not 100% yet, but I think I'm in pretty good shape.
I'm here with Katie Davis for further analysis of the press conference. Katie, tell me how the leaders of this team feel about bringing in 7 freshmen.
Well, this is a young team. There's only 2 juniors and 2 seniors, so there's a lot of freshmen. Players like senior Brenton Williams really need to step up. Frank Martin actually said he was shocked that Brenton Williams speaks this year, so he's ready to step up and speak to these freshmen. With so few upperclassmen, players like sophomore Michael Pereira really need to step up, and he said he was ready to do whatever Frank Martin asked him to do.
Tell me how important fan base is for Coach Frank Martin.
Well, Frank Martin is really expecting the fan base to show out this year. He wants fans that are not only coming to watch basketball, but to really root on this team. He wants them to go with him through all the losses and all the wins.
And Coach Frank Martin talked a lot about the new coach that he brought in, Perry Clark. Tell me about how he feels about bringing in Perry Clark.
Well, Coach Martin's really excited about Perry Clark. He thinks that he's a great addition to this team. He really understands the recruiting process and the players and has great experience, so he's really excited.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Katie Davis, I'm Jake Barber, Capital City Sports.
And one more thing to add, the Gamecock basketball team will be participating in pregame festivities for this week's football game against Kentucky. Hey, we have a new segment here at Capital City Sports. We take it to our own Pat Cloney, who has September's top plays.
What's up, Gamecock fans? Capital City Sports is unveiling a new segment this week. Each month, we are going to go back through our highlights and pick the 5 best plays from the games that we recorded to bring to you, introducing September's version of the top plays.
And we start on the baseball diamond for number 5. It's not the spring, but no one told Marcus Mooney that with the nice spinning throw to first for the out. Great play. At number 4, we have women's soccer. It's Danielle Au bringing the pain to the Auburn Tigers with the nice shot into the back of the net. Gamecocks would take that one 2-1. At number 3, we've got Mike Davis doing what he's been doing all year, crushing defenses. Here it's against Georgia, a 75-yard run. He had a $1.49 in the game, but unfortunately we all know how that one ended. Now on to USC Club Hockey. That's right, we do have a hockey team, and here we have a hockey win. Brett Topolsky with the game-winning goal. USC 5-4 over Vandy. And speaking of Vandy, here's Gamecock football against Vandy. It's Shaw with the pump fake to Nick Jones with the diving catch in the end zone. Your number 1 play.
Those are the plays we thought were the best Gamecock Athletics had to offer from September. If you think we got it wrong, or you just want to tell us what an amazing job you thought we did, tweet at us at CCS on SGTV. For Capital City Sports, I'm Pat Cloney.
Well, that's going to be it for this week's episode of Capital City Sports. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV. Thanks for watching, and make it a great week.